This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST, brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network. My name is Tim Daniel. I am a lifelong Cincinnati Reds fan. I've been podcasting about this team for 5 years at publications such as Late Night Reds and The Riverfront. And I want to thank you all for joining me on this lovely Friday night as we discuss the Cincinnati Reds with a huge victory over the Tampa Bay Rays 6-2 at Great American Ballpark. If you were just checking my show out for the first time, welcome. We are so glad to have you guys here. If you are a first timer and not an everydayer, you can become an everydayer by hitting that notification button here on YouTube. So you can not only get my show after each and every Cincinnati Reds game, but you can get Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. If you can't hang out with us here on YouTube, you can subscribe to us in your podcast app of choice. We are on all of them. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. On tonight's show, the Reds walked it out tonight. They did a lot of walking. It wasn't a walk-off, but it was a lot of walking. And they made it happen a whole lot. No, Nikita, I did not get a Hawaiian shirt, but if anyone has one that I want to spare, I am a size large. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the top of the order really setting the tone tonight, getting on base a lot between hits, walks, and a whole lot of other things. They were doing their thing tonight. And another solid day from Andrew Abbott, where he did his thing and the bullpen picked up right where he left off. All of that and a whole lot more. And of course, I'm going to hear from you all here in the chat as we discuss a huge win tonight. I'm very excited about this one. I'm very, very happy. We got the vibes are high tonight. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get this going. Let's get started, shall we?
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right. So most of these nights when we talk about the Reds offense, it's like, they played small ball really well, or they got a couple homers, or they did a lot of, they just took advantage of a lot of things. They walked a lot today, like a lot. They had 8 walks as a team tonight. And when you're in a situation like this, where you kind of have to find different ways to beat good teams like Tampa is. I know Tampa's record probably is subpar. They're now 53-52. But they, found ways tonight. And I think that was the thing that really jumped out the most, is they found ways to just kind of extend at bats, make things difficult. And as Scott says right here, Tito ball, get him on, get him over, get him in. Jake says it here as well. Lots of free earned runs. And Stephen Offenbaker here says, to quote my friend Mo, I'm having fun. I like this actually too. These cleats are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do, from Blaine Gentry. That's really funny, actually. I like that. But you can see it tonight because they forced the count. And it wasn't even just tonight's of walks. They found a way to just make 3-ball counts a huge thing tonight. And, prime example is the Elly at bat that kind of breaks open the game. He's down 0-2, works it to a full count, and then gets the hit. So that was pretty awesome. Just kind of seeing this team do things like this is what's really kind of seeing them go to that next level. I talked about it yesterday with Elly himself, because I keep hearing conversations about, he's not hitting homers, but everything else has been great. And honestly, that first hit he had in the game was hilarious when, who was it? Christopher Morel, who played here for a long time, obviously with the Cubs, totally forgot what it's like to play left field at GABP at a 640 game. So that was pretty nice to see him kind of have that ball go over his head. I took Elly 2+ bases tonight, so saw that kind of go pretty well. And from there, when Elly gets that big hit later in the game, it just kind of starts the train rolling. And I think that's what we're really seeing from these Reds. It's building off of each other. So obviously Austin Hayes gets the first runs going in tonight with that shot up the middle. They called it a fielding error that brings in TJ and McLean. And then Josh Lowe comes back in the 7th and ties the game up. And then that's when you kind of start to see things going. And what they're getting right now, the top of the order is setting the tone for them. We're going to talk about quite a bit here in the next segment. But just a great win for the Redlegs. A whole lot of walk-in to make things happen. Get him on, get him over, get him in. And also, I want to shout out Tito for having the most nonchalant ejection of all time. I thought that was hilarious. It was like he went out there, he's like, hey, that call sucked. After Jake Friedl was like, dude, that call sucked. And they kind of have their moment. And you kind of see like a little like, like the quarterback with those with the broken wrists on the play kind of thing. And you just see Tito just like walk and grab his card and just go down the steps. Like it was like, all right, whatever, free night. I thought that was so funny. So awesome night for the Redlegs. Huge victory, and finding different ways to beat you besides the long ball, which look, the long ball is great. I'm anti what Christopher Lake has said. But what you got tonight to kind of see them kind of find other ways to win was pretty great. And right now they're 55-50. They're tied for their biggest stretch above 500 for the year so far. And things are breaking their way right now, as I'm seeing here in the chat. So, holy mackerel, just kind of looking. The Brewers are losing right now. The Cubs are up on the White Sox, of course, and the Dodgers are losing, which that doesn't really matter. And the Cardinals are losing. So I think we kind of need the Cardinals to win tonight, but I'm never going to root for the Cardinals. That's just not happening. So huge day for the Redlegs. And yeah, Lane says it here. I didn't know Tito got ejected until after the fact. I felt the same way. I was like, I guess Freddie Benavidez is in charge the rest of the day. Hey, also chat. So this weekend, the Reds for Hall of Fame weekend, you're seeing everyone kind of wear like a throwback style hat. What do you guys think about that hat in the chat? Do you guys like it? I really liked that blue hat. It's one of my favorites of the Reds throwbacks. Like when they did the 150th team and they wore those unis. I really love that one. The history behind it's also really cool. So curious what you guys thought of it, if you liked it as well. But nice day for the Reds. And also, Scott is not a fan, apparently. Scott says it is horrible. Also tonight, the top of the order does their thing. And we're going to talk about what they did for the Redlegs tonight and more right after this. Today's episode is brought to you by Gameday Hue, and so is this hat I'm wearing that I'm going to make sure I keep on my head tonight, so Reds fans like me don't have to see me drop it and get tangled in wires again. Gameday Hue makes clean, no-logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro and college fan base. It's all about letting your colors speak for you. No giant logos, just smart, versatile style that works on game day, on the course, or anywhere in between. I wore this when I was running some errands today. I took my daughter out to play today in the backyard. I had it on. It's very breathable. It's stylish. I absolutely love it. And it's just very comfortable as well. Not only is the hat great, they also give you some really nice things, such as the split shade gloves made for the golf courses and the perfect gift for the fan who has everything. Right now, you can get 15% off. Use the code MLB15 at GamedayHue.com. That's GamedayHue.com. The code even stacks on bundle deals. So now's the time to load up. Let your colors talk, because colors speak louder than words. That's GamedayHue.com, code MLB15. Have you ever decided last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Gametime comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last minute tickets without the stress. Maybe you're thinking about driving to Bristol next week and to hang out with Jeff, Steve, and I and to be part of the Locked On party. There's no official Locked On party. We're just all going to be there to hang out for the Speedway Classic. And you thought, man, I was just going to come down for the party, have a couple beers, watch Tim McGraw perform, but I want to go to the game too. I'm going to get some tickets. Well, Gametime makes tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get the first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry without buying. Gametime is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game, say like the Classic next week, where you can hang out with us. Tired of endless scrolling, trying to find the best deal? Gametime Zone Deals pick the best seats in your section for you. Seat views right in the app before you buy, so you know exactly where you'll be. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code using LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Day app today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. Want to give a shout out to my everydayers here on the Postcast for spending some time with us here tonight. It's so great to have you here chatting up a little bit of baseball. If you were just checking me out for the first time, welcome. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Be sure to hit that notification button so you can not only get my show after each and every game, but get Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. And hey, it's trade deadline week, so we may or may not, we do have some special content planned for you this week, so stick around to find out what's coming your way. Let's talk about the turning point in tonight's game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I picked the turning point to be pretty simple. I went with Elly De La Cruz's huge RBI single in the bottom of the seventh that brings in TJ Friedl and sends Matt McLain to brings in Friedl and Spencer Steer and sends Matt McLain to third, because that made it 4-2 and broke the game open. And I remember I had a lot of people here who were saying things quite a bit about, well, Elly De La Cruz isn't clutch. Check that dumb one off the list. That one's not a thing anymore. But let's talk about the top of the order tonight, shall we? Because, man, were they awesome tonight. This is going to be something that we're going to have a lot of fun with. But we're going to go ahead and look at this real quick, because we're going to start with TJ Friedl tonight at the top of the order. Got a hit there at the end of the game, scored a run at the end of the game, drew 3 walks. So that's 4 times on base right there. Matt McLain tonight, 2 hits and a walk. So that's 7 that are there. From the top of the order. And then Elly has 2 hits tonight and a walk. So that's another 3. The top 3 guys in the order got on base 10 times tonight for the Reds. The Reds as a team only had 7 hits, by the way. So think about it that way. And, Charles, he pitched tonight, didn't he? Did Barlow not throw tonight? Oh, I thought he did. I thought he got activated tonight. But when you look at that, we just kind of see them setting the tone. I mean, there's a reason that's where they hit in the order, right? And I know there's a lot of questions right now about McLain with the ups and downs of the season. I know last night his hitting streak broke at 8 games, but bounced back today with a really nice game. Didn't strike out today. So that was promising, because he had a lot of 2-strike counts. I mean, he had a couple at bats where he got in 2 strikes and still managed to get things going. And what I really liked the most too is just the way that they fed off each other. Like, it kind of seems like this team just kind of has a way of just kind of seeing what the first person does and moving on from there. So TJ sets the tone, obviously. That's why he's your leadoff guy. It's however it takes, get on base. Matt McLain of late has been hitting really well and does the same thing. And then Elly just kind of finding ways. So that first at bat, like I mentioned, where the ball, Christopher Morel loses it in the sun. I mean, it's never not going to be funny if you go back and watch it. And then, of course, the bases loaded RBI hit where he's down 0-2 and then works his way back up and gets a huge hit there to bring in those 2 runs. So what they're getting from those 3 guys is kind of set the tone, and it's what this offense really needs. I mean, if you look at it realistically, like Austin Hayes put a ball in play that was really nice, but ended up with no hits tonight. Gavin Lux, no hits tonight. I still can't believe they're going to Connor Joe and clutch at bats where he just finds a way to swing at anything and everything. That's something. Tyler Stevenson does get a hit tonight as well. And Santiago Espinal pinch hits for Novi Marte, which I still hate. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I still hate it, but he did get a hit tonight. So big night for the Redlegs there on the offensive side of the ball, specifically the top 3 in the order, carrying the load for the team and kind of keeping things going. And I love when you get that from those guys, because in a postseason series, we talk about this all the time. If the Reds find a way to sneak in pitching wise, we know they're going to be able to compete with anybody. But if the top 3 in the order are doing what they're doing tonight, that's interesting. So Lane says, I think Connor Joe has dirt on Tito. That's the only explanation. So Lane, I don't think your theory is incorrect, but Tito was ejected when Connor Joe batted tonight. So does he have something on the Reds? Is what we're trying to figure out here from that Rule 5 time when they decided they want to keep him. Maybe he's got something there. I don't know. I'm just messing around. This is a tough one, but I'm going to stick in the top of the order for the Locked On Player of the Game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Well, I think Elly's hit was the most important at bat of the game. I'm going to take TJ Friedl because getting on base 4 times seems to really kind of get things going for the Redlegs in that one. And the Reds really need TJ Friedl to step up. I mean, he's really struggled for quite a bit. But now we're looking at a situation where he's got 5 walks in his last 7 games, only 3 strikeouts. He's not getting get on base a ton. But what we're seeing right now is something the Reds certainly need. So Will says the whole team deserves MVP tonight. It was one of those days. Like, you could throw 4 or 5 guys at me for that spot tonight, and I'd take it. So Connor Joe not being one of them, of course. On the pitching side of things, Andrew Abbott considers this all-star ways. 6 innings pitched tonight, just 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. It was a solo shot, but just another outstanding day for him. And the Reds are 1 strike away from pizza tonight for everyone there tonight, watching the Land Sharks having a good time with Jeff Carr, while Steve and I are not at the game. But, I'm just glad you guys are having a good time. Graham Ashcraft comes in and is very shaky. The home plate umpire had not really helped out very well there. That was really frustrating. Tony Santillan comes in, strikes out the side, onions. And then when Emilio Pagan comes in, it looks like it's going to be a safe situation. And the Reds put 2 on the 8th. And you see Pagan just kind of mull through. Okay, actually, who gets more credit for the 9th inning? Emilio Pagan for getting all 3 outs as a pitcher, or Austin Hayes for getting all 3 outs in the field, including an unbelievable catch? I feel like that's like a dual inning right there for those guys, just kind of helping the Reds put that one away. But that was something that was really fun to see. That Austin Hayes catch was unreal. He's had 2 nights in a row. He's had really nice catches. So seems like he's getting used to playing GABP left field again, and you like to see it. So I'm going to end the show here with this before I get into the send-off and let you guys know what's going on for tomorrow's game. Crowd tonight, I wasn't there. Of course, I was watching the game. I know Johnny went because it's his birthday week. Happy birthday, Johnny. Hope you're having a great time in Cincy watching some games. Johnny G Media here, and who's an everydayer. But these 2 games, the crowd at GABP has been awesome. It's been really, really great. And you're starting to see like a home field advantage almost being built. And we kind of talked about this. Remember in April when they were kind of doing the thing with the pitch clock where they were counting down a second ahead to throw the pitcher off, and then that went away? I don't think that necessarily has to come back. But the energy at GABP right now, a lot of people are in the chat are saying it's 2023 vibes. It has that feel. Yeah, for sure. Definitely has that feel. But what I'm seeing is that it's just a whole lot of just like showing the front office, like, look, dudes, if you put an effort into making this team better, we will be there. And that's what us as Reds fans have just want. It's just from this front office, from this ownership. Just like, look, put a winner on the field and we're going to support you guys. We're going to be there 100%. We're going to be at every game we possibly can. I mean, realistically, it's kind of the cheaper, it's one of the cheaper tickets in baseball to go to GABP anyway. And I think it's crap when I see these stadium lists come out and people are like, it's the 27th best. No, it's not the 27th best stadium in baseball. It's a beautiful ballpark. It's very family friendly. And the Redlegs, when they're winning, that vibe in that place, man, nothing like it. But I'm going to go ahead and roll out of here because I'm getting ready for a sweep tomorrow as the Redlegs are victors tonight over the Tampa Bay Rays, 6-2. The Reds 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. The Rays 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Your winning pitcher tonight is Graham Ashcraft. Proof that pitcher wins Urselli. He is now 6-4. Your losing pitcher tonight is Brian Baker. He is now 3-4. Tomorrow, the Redlegs go for the sweep over the AL East Tampa Bay Rays as Brady Singer takes the hill. And you know Brady Singer wants to bounce back from that national start. We had a really short outing, so if he can get some innings tomorrow, that's going to help a lot. Obviously, he's currently 7-8 with a 484. He's going to get Shane Baz of Tampa Bay, who is currently 8-6 with a 466, and single-handedly has the ugliest mustache I've ever seen in my life on his profile picture. If you go on the MLB app and pull his profile up, first pitch will be at 1:40, so you guys will see me in the early afternoon. I'm Tim Daniel. Everyone, thank you so much for spending some of your Saturday night with me. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a cold one on me to celebrate the victory. Break the brooms out tomorrow. Go Redlegs. We'll see you then.